Okay, so are you ready to like dive into something kind of unexpected?
Yeah.
Today we're tackling the world of pest control.
Okay.
Specifically, what it takes to launch your own insecticide brand.
Interesting.
We're going to be looking at this ebook called Start Your Own Pesticide Insecticide Products Brand.
Okay.
It's got 75 formulas in there with a step-by-step method.
Wow, 75.
Yeah, it's by Shahan Merchant.
Yeah.
And he actually like built his own brand from the ground up.
Oh, wow. So this isn't just like theoretical.
No, this is like real-world experience.
Cool.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but when I think of insecticides, I don't usually think like
Right.
fascinating business opportunity.
Me neither.
But trust me, this is way more interesting than it sounds.
Okay.
It's about entrepreneurship science, even a bit of marketing magic.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's like a recipe for success, but instead of baking a cake, we're brewing up solutions to pesky problems.
I like that.
So the author starts off by talking about his own like DIY fails.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to save his grandfather's prize roses from aphids,
Oh, yeah.
using this concoction of neem oil and garlic.
I've been there.
And it's such a relatable starting point, right?
Yeah.
You want to find natural solutions,
Right.
you want to protect your plants,
Exactly.
but the book highlights that like moving beyond DIY to create a truly effective product, it requires more than just good intentions.
Right. You need to understand the science behind it and the business strategies to make it a success.
Totally. So you can't just whip up some bug spray in your kitchen and expect it to like
Right.
compete with the big brand.
No, definitely not.
So what was like the turning point for him?
Well, he dives deep into the science of pest control.
Okay.
And he actually provides 75 different formulas for various insecticides.
Wow, 75, that's a lot.
It's like a pest control cookbook.
It is.
And they're not just like thrown together either.
Okay.
They're very detailed, breaking down each ingredient and its purpose.
That's cool. I mean, I'm kind of a disaster in the kitchen. So it's nice to know there's at least one recipe out there I could probably follow.
Right.
And my kitchen experiments usually end in smoke alarms, not successful bug sprays.
Hopefully this is a little safer.
Yeah, for sure. So you mentioned he gets into the science.
Yes.
I got to admit, like, I love essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of them as, like, weapons against bugs.
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
So certain essential oils like lavender and eucalyptus,
Yeah, I love those.
they contain compounds that act as neurotoxins to insects.
What?
Yeah, it's true. These compounds disrupt the nervous system of the pests and essentially cause paralysis and death.
So, like, my relaxing aromatherapy could be a bug's worst nightmare.
Pretty much.
Wow. I'm going to think about that next time I light my lavender candle.
You should.
But I'm guessing just knowing the science isn't enough.
No, you're right.
Didn't he have some struggles when it came to actually marketing his products?
He did. He made a classic mistake early on.
Oh, what's that?
Trying to market his product to everyone. Oh, yeah.
Trying to be everything to everybody.
Yeah. It's like trying to catch every raindrop with a teacup.
Right. It's not going to work.
It's just not going to work. He realized he needed to define his niche.
Okay, so like find his target audience.
Exactly. And for him, it was organic gardeners
Okay.
who were looking for natural pest control solutions
Makes sense.
that wouldn't harm their plants or the environment.
So he found his people.
Yes, exactly.
That's awesome.
Uh,
But even with a great product and a target market, you still need to actually like
right.
make this stuff.
Of course.
And I bet scaling up production from like kitchen concoctions to a full-fledged business,
Yeah.
that couldn't have been easy.
It definitely wasn't. He talks about encountering all sorts of challenges.
Like what?
Sourcing high-quality ingredients in bulk,
Yeah.
maintaining consistency as he scaled up.
I can see how that would be tough.
Imagine trying to replicate that perfect batch of bug spray,
Right.
but now you need gallons of it, not just a few ounces.
Okay, yeah, that's a whole other ballgame.
Exactly.
So did he like figure out any solutions for these production hurdles?
He did. He emphasizes the importance of building strong relationships with suppliers.
Okay.
It's not about finding the cheapest ingredients.
Right.
It's about sourcing consistent, high-quality materials.
That makes sense. So it's about like quality over just saving a buck.
Exactly.
And I bet he had to implement some serious quality control
Absolutely.
to make sure every batch was up to par.
He talks about rigorous quality control processes at every stage of production.
Wow. So like testing each batch.
Yeah, to ensure it meets the standards for effectiveness,
Mm-hmm.
consistency, and safety.
That's got to be super important when you're dealing with something people are going to use in their homes.
It is. It's about building trust with your customers.
Right.
And ensuring that your product does what it claims to do.
And speaking of safety, I'm guessing there are a ton of regulations involved in the world of pesticides.
You are absolutely right.
I can only imagine the paperwork.
He describes his initial encounter with pesticide regulations as navigating a jungle. Oh my gosh.
There are specific labeling requirements,
Okay,
safety data sheets, and even restrictions on certain ingredients.
I can see how that would be a major roadblock.
It can be,
Yeah.
but the ebook breaks it down
Oh, good.
in a way that makes it much less daunting.
That's helpful.
It covers everything from understanding the classifications of pesticides
Okay.
to navigating the specific requirements for labeling and registration.
And he probably learned a lot from experience.
Oh yeah, he even shares some of his own experiences with the approval process,
That's great.
offers tips on how to avoid common pitfalls.
That's super valuable because getting bogged down in regulatory hurdles could really,
Yeah,
kill a budding business.
absolutely.
So it's great that he provides that kind of practical guidance.
He does, and he weaves his personal experiences into the narrative.
That makes it more engaging.
It does. It's both informative and engaging.
So we've gone from DIY fails to the science behind bug zapping,
Right.
from the importance of niche marketing to the challenges of scaling production.
We even dipped our toes into the regulatory jungle.
We did.
I'm starting to see how launching an insecticide brand is about so much more than just knowing how to kill bugs.
It really is. It's a blend of science entrepreneurship
Mm-hmm.
and a whole lot of resilience.
For sure.
Yeah,
And we haven't even touched on the brand building aspect yet.
we haven't. That's where things get really interesting.
Okay, well, I can't wait to dive into that.
Me neither. So building a brand that really lasts,
Yeah.
it's more like a marathon
Yeah.
than a sprint.
Gotcha.
It takes persistent strategy and a willingness to adapt.
Right. Because the market's always changing.
Exactly. And sometimes it means learning from some pretty public stumbles.
Ooh, like what kind of stumbles?
Well, the author talks about this time when
Yeah.
he was so focused on developing new formulas that he kind of forgot to listen to customer feedback.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it resulted in some pretty bad online reviews.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a common trap for entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I can see that.
You get so focused on the product, you forget about how your brand is being perceived.
So how did he, turn things around?
Well, he realized he had to make some changes.
Like what?
First, he started actively seeking out customer feedback and treating it like gold.
Instead of just, ignoring it?
Exactly. Instead of getting defensive about negative reviews,
Yeah.
he saw them as valuable insights.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. And he actually implemented a system
Yep.
for gathering feedback through surveys and direct customer interactions.
So he made it like a formal process.
He did.
That's smart. So that was the first thing.
Right. The second thing was staying ahead of industry trends.
Oh, that's important in any business.
It is. You have to keep an eye on what's happening,
In your industry.
not just in pest control, but also in related fields.
So, for him, what would that be?
Organic gardening sustainability, even packaging trends.
Packaging trends.
Yeah, he noticed a growing demand for eco-friendly packaging.
Okay.
So he switched to more sustainable materials.
That's off.
It resonated really well with his target audience.
They probably loved that.
They did.
Yeah.
So it's not enough to just have a great product.
Right, you have to adapt.
You have to adapt to the changing needs and preferences of your customers.
This is applicable to, any business, right?
Absolutely.
Even if you're not making bug spray,
It doesn't matter what you're selling.
you got to stay ahead of the curve.
You have to. Whether you're running a tech startup or a bakery,
Yeah?
those principles of continuous improvement, listening to your customers, and staying ahead of trends,
Mm-hmm.
those are universally applicable.
It's like the author's journey is a microcosm of the entrepreneurial journey itself.
I like that.
It's about identifying a need, developing a solution, navigating challenges,
Right.
and constantly iterating to stay ahead.
Exactly.
It's interesting how something as specific as launching an insecticide brand
Yeah.
can offer such broad insights into entrepreneurship.
It is. And I think it's also really inspiring how he turned a personal passion
Yeah.
into a successful business venture.
He clearly loves plants.
He does. And that passion really shines through in the book.
I bet.
And I think it's one of the reasons why his brand resonated so strongly with customers.
Because they could feel that authenticity.
Yeah. People can sense when someone is truly invested in what they're doing.
Makes you wonder what, seemingly niche passion or interest
Right.
could any of us transform into something impactful.
Exactly. I mean, if someone can build a thriving business around bug spray,
Yeah.
the possibilities seem endless.
They do.
It's about looking beyond the obvious
Okay.
and seeing the potential in the unexpected.
I like that. So we've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
We explored the science behind creating effective insecticide formulas, the intricacies of niche marketing,
Yeah.
the challenges of scaling production while maintaining quality,
Right.
the importance of navigating regulations,
Absolutely.
and the power of continuous learning and adaptation in building a lasting brand.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
Yeah.
But beyond those practical insights,
Yeah.
I think there's a bigger takeaway here.
What's that?
The idea that entrepreneurship isn't just about, like, profit margins
Right.
and market share.
It's about more than that.
It's about pursuing something you're passionate about,
Yes.
embracing challenges as opportunities for growth,
I love that.
and constantly striving to make a positive impact,
Mm-hmm.
even in seemingly unconventional ways.
You said it.
Who would have thought we'd find such profound lessons
Right.
in the world of bug spray?
It's amazing where inspiration can come from.
It is. It's a reminder that inspiration can be found in the most unexpected places,
Absolutely.
and that even something as seemingly mundane as pest control
Mm-hmm.
can be a springboard for innovation, creativity, and personal fulfillment.
Couldn't agree more.
So before we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
there's one more aspect of the author's journey I'd like to explore.
Okay. What's that?
His focus on sourcing and production.
Oh, yeah. That's important.
Yeah, this is where things get really hands-on.
Right.
And I think this is where a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs could really benefit from his insights.
I think so, too.
It's interesting, right? We talk about all this stuff about like marketing and branding,
Yeah.
but like sourcing and production,
Yeah.
that's where the rubber meets the road.
It is. It's often overlooked.
Totally. Without a solid foundation,
Mm-hmm.
all that other stuff is meaningless.
Exactly. It's like building a house.
Okay.
You can have the most beautiful exterior,
Yeah.
but if the foundation's weak,
Right.
the whole thing's going to collapse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the author really highlights this when he talks about his early struggles
Yeah.
with scaling up production.
Oh, yeah. He really paints a picture of his garage.
What was it like?
Just chaos, buckets of ingredients, mixing equipment, bottles everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a far cry from the sleek operation he has now.
Wow. So what were like some of the key lessons
Hmm.
that he learned during that chaotic phase?
One of the biggest things was investing in the right equipment from the start.
Hmm.
Initially, he tried to make do with what he had,
Right.
which led to inconsistencies and wasted time.
Makes sense. You got to have the
Yeah.
right tools for the job.
You do. He eventually realized that investing in proper mixing equipment,
Okay.
storage containers, even a good labeling machine,
Yeah.
it made a huge difference.
In terms of...
Efficiency and professionalism.
Oh, yeah. I bet. It's easy to get caught up in trying to bootstrap everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes those short-term savings
Mm-hmm.
lead to long-term headaches.
Absolutely. He learned that the hard way.
He did.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he's all about continuous improvement.
Oh, yeah. He's big on that.
So it's not just about having the right tools.
No,
It's about using them efficiently.
exactly. He talks about tweaking the order he added ingredients
Oh, wow.
to reduce mixing time.
And that saved him.
Time and money.
That's awesome. So work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And this applies to everything.
Oh, boy.
Managing inventory tracking orders, fulfilling shipments.
Yeah, you got to have systems in place.
You do. He even talks about quality control checkpoints,
Oh, to ensure.
consistency, and catch any issues before they reach the customer.
Okay, that's smart. Catch them early.
Right. It's all about being proactive.
So it sounds like he was very data-driven.
He was. He kept detailed records of everything.
Wow, so he could really analyze what was working and what wasn't.
Exactly. Ingredient quantities, batch numbers, production times, shipping costs.
Wow, that's a lot of data.
It is. But it helped him improve efficiency, reduce waste,
And ultimately,
increase his profit margins.
that's the goal, right?
It is. It's amazing how much goes into something as seemingly simple as bug spray.
It is. It's not just about knowing how to kill bugs.
No, it's about understanding science, marketing, production, logistics.
It really is a multifaceted endeavor.
It is. It requires a diverse skill set,
Yeah.
a willingness to constantly learn and adapt.
And what I think is so cool is that through all of this,
Yeah,
he stayed true to his vision.
he did.
Hmm.
Creating a product that was both effective and environmentally friendly.
That's awesome. It's inspiring to see that blend of passion and entrepreneurial drive.
It is. It shows that success isn't just about the bottom line.
Right.
It's about creating something you're proud of.
Something that aligns with your values.
Exactly. It makes a positive impact.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the world of insecticide brands.
We have.
And we've uncovered some insights that go way beyond big zapping.
We have. It's about more than just insecticides.
We learned about the science, the marketing, the production challenges, the importance of data, and continuous improvement.
Connected.
And perhaps most importantly,
Yeah.
we learned that passionality and perseverance
Right.
and a willingness to learn from our mistakes,
Right.
those are essential ingredients in any entrepreneurial endeavor.
Couldn't agree more.
So no matter what you're pursuing in life,
Yeah.
whether it's launching a business, tackling a creative project, or just learning something new, remember the lessons we've talked about today.
It can apply to anything.
And never underestimate the power of an idea, no matter how niche or unexpected it may seem.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been fun.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those ideas buzzing.
See you next time.